We're taking the classic flavors of coq au vin, rooster, burgundy wine, mushrooms, bacon, and onions, and creating a modern, fine dining version of this amazing dish. The written recipe can be found on my website, link is in the description. Traditionally, coq au vin is made with rooster, but can be substituted with chicken, which will be easier to find, cost less, but will be smaller. I always start by draining the bird, which I normally do in the sink with a colander. Start by removing both wings, being sure not to cut into the breast, then set them aside. Remove the legs by cutting the skin as close to the leg as possible. This will leave more skin on the breast. Bend the leg back to pop the joint. Cut around the oyster, then go between the hip and cut through. Repeat this on the other leg and store off to the side. Cut around the leg bone, then release at the ends. Cut around the knee joint to release the meat around the bone. Remove the skin. We'll save this for later. Then trim away any pockets of fat and cartilage. Remove the breast by cutting along the keel bone. Then follow the rib cage. Flip the breast over to remove any cartilage. Remove the tender, which will allow the breast to sit better on the plate, and trim up any pockets of fat or excess skin. Separate the rib cage from the back, removing any skin, and cut the bones into large pieces. Separate the leg bones by cutting in between the joints, doing the same with the wings. We will need 700 grams of bones for the sauce later. If you end up with more bones than you need, like I did, save the high collagen bones, wings, necks, and backs for stock. For the roulade, place the leg meat on the board in a rectangular shape, with a short end facing you. Season the leg with salt and spread out the mushroom duxelle. To make the duxelle, thinly slice 50 grams of cremini mushroom, cut lengthwise the other way, then rotate and cut into small pieces. Run your knife through the mushrooms to make sure that all the pieces are even. Heat a pan on medium heat and melt 20 grams of butter. Add the mushrooms to the pan and season with salt. Once all the water is cooked out of the mushrooms, add 5 grams of minced garlic, 20 grams of minced shallot, and 1 gram of picked thyme. Cook for 1 minute. Add the cream, cooking until it is fully reduced, about 20 seconds. Then transfer to a tray and spread out to cool down the duxelle. Once the duxelle is evenly spread out, roll the leg tight to form a cylinder shape. Shingle 5 slices of bacon, alternating the slices so that they lay evenly. Wrap the roulade in bacon, trimming the excess so that the bacon just barely overlaps. Wrap the roulade in cheesecloth, rolling it tight to shape it. Tie both ends of the roulade, making sure to have the extra string. Wrap the string towards the roulade to compress it and give a nice shape. Then tie it off. Trim the excess cheesecloth and string to make everything look nicer. To render the fat, add all the fat to a pot and cover with water. Bring this to a simmer and skim off any protein that floats to the surface. Let this render on low heat till all the water is cooked out, about 45 minutes. Strain the rendered fat into another container and cool in the fridge. For the marinade, add 5 grams of rendered fat to a large pan over medium-low heat and sweat 20 grams of shallots and 5 grams of garlic, both thinly sliced. Add 5 grams of tomato paste. Cook for 30 seconds to enhance the flavor of the tomato paste. Then add 25 milliliters of cognac to deglaze, being sure to turn off the heat if you're using a gas stove so that you don't burn your face off. Cook until au sec or almost dry and add in 240 milliliters of burgundy wine. If you can't find burgundy wine, a good substitute is Pinot Noir from another region. Add in 1 sprig of thyme with 1 bay leaf and reduce the wine on low by 2/3. Add in 120 milliliters of chicken jus and reduce by half. Strain the marinade, pressing on the aromatics to extract as much marinade as possible, then chill. Roll down the tops of 2 cryovac bags. This will keep them clean, and add 1/4 of the marinade to each bag and place in the roulade. Roll up the bag and seal, then place in a water bath at 145 degrees Fahrenheit or 63 degrees Celsius, cooking for 6 hours. Cryovac a 1-inch thick slice of slab bacon. I got this from my butcher. Cook this alongside the roulades for 6 hours. Roll down the top on a cryovac bag and place in the remaining marinade. Season the breast with salt and add the breast to the bag and seal. After the roulades have cooked for 3 hours, add the breast in and cook for 3 more hours so that the breast and legs finish at the same time. Remove both the breast and legs from the bag and drain over a rack to separate the liquid, leaving the bacon and the bag to cool in the freezer. Reserve the marinade for the sauce. To make the stock, heat a large pan over medium-high heat, adding enough rendered fat to coat the bottom of the pan. Add the bones in a single layer, cooking until GBD, golden brown and delicious, about 10 minutes. Flip the bones and repeat, making sure the fond does not start to burn. The second side might take a little less time than the first side. Deglaze with 250 milliliters of water, scraping up the fond as the water reduces. As the water starts to cook out, the gelatin will start to glaze the bones and they will start to sizzle again, deepening in color and developing more fond. Add in 250 milliliters of chicken stock, scraping up all the fond. Cook until the pan is almost dry, then add 125 grams of onions, 90 grams of leeks, and 135 grams of carrots, all cut into 1-inch pieces. Cooking for 1 minute. Deglaze with 500 milliliters of water, scraping up all the fond, then add 500 milliliters of both chicken stock and chicken jus. Bring the pan halfway off the burner to create a convection simmer, which will push all the impurities off to the side. Then use a spoon to remove them. I like to use a cup with warm water to remove any impurities from the spoon. Cook this for 45 minutes at a low simmer, then strain and hold off to the side. To make the sauce, add 120 milliliters of burgundy wine to a pan and bring to a simmer. Turn the heat to low and reduce by half. Remove the fat from both the reduction and the fortified stock. It helps to cool them down first, then scrape off all the congealed fat off of the surface. Add both the reduction and the stock to the pan and bring to a simmer. Turn the heat to high and pull the pan halfway off the burner to create a convection simmer. Using a spoon, remove all the impurities that float to the top. I noticed there was a lot of particles from the marinade, so I decided to strain through a linen-like, but if I were to make this again, I would strain the marinade before adding. Reduce the sauce consistency until the sauce is thick enough to coat the back of a spoon. Finish with 10 milliliters of sherry vinegar and 20 grams of cold cubed butter, a little at a time. For the polenta, add 350 milliliters each of cream and water to a pot with 150 grams of fine cornmeal and whisk. Turn the heat to medium, stirring constantly to prevent anything from sticking to the bottom, and bring to a simmer. Turn the heat to low and place a lid on top. Cook it until all the polenta is tender, about 10 minutes. Add 30 grams of cold cubed butter, 30 grams of finely grated Parmigiano Reggiano, and 25 grams of creme fraiche, and season with salt. Stir in until fully mixed in. Store with the lid on top in a warm spot. For the morels, trim the stem if needed. Then rinse 24 small morels in a bowl of cold water to remove all the dirt. Warm water will cook the mushrooms. Repeat this process until the water is clean after rinsing, about 3 times. Then place them on a tray with a paper towel. Place enough cream just to coat the bottom of a small pot and bring to a boil. Turn the heat to low, then whisk in 113 grams of cold cubed butter a little at a time until it's fully emulsified, and season with salt. Add in the mushrooms and gently cook until they are tender and store in a warm spot. For the onions, remove both the root and stem ends from 24 small Cipollini onions and peel them. Any large Cipollinis can be cut in half and counted as 2. Heat a pan on medium heat and add in 20 grams of rendered fat, then lay the onions in and season with salt. Cook the onions until they are golden brown, then flip and cook until tender and remove. For any whole onions, leave them in a pan and add some water. This will help steam the onions, ensuring that they are fully cooked. I think the smaller onions look nicer. For the bacon, remove from the cryovac bag and remove all the fat and gelatin. Cut the bacon into 1/2 inch thick wide pieces. Heat a dry pan on medium-low heat and add in the bacon. Cook the bacon until it's crispy, 3 to 5 minutes, then flip the bacon and repeat on the opposite side. Transfer this to a tray. For the roulade, cut away both ends of the cheesecloth, then unwrap. Heat a dry pan on medium-low heat and sear the roulade until the bacon is crispy, about 30 to 60 seconds per side. Rotating the roulade and cooking till it's golden brown all around. Then set onto a tray. Sear the breast skin side down until golden and crispy, about 3 to 5 minutes. Then place onto a tray with the roulade and place in a 300 degrees Fahrenheit or 148 degrees Celsius oven until you reach an internal temperature of 160 degrees Fahrenheit or 71 degrees Celsius. Remove the ends from the roulade, then slice into 4 pieces. Trim the ends off the breast and slice into 4 pieces at a slight bias. To plate, place down the breast between 7 and 8 o'clock with the roulade at 10 o'clock. Add a soft quenelle of polenta at 3 o'clock with 1 piece of bacon at 5. Place down 3 onions and 3 morels with the sauce in the center, and garnish with garlic flowers. There's a lot of little protein particles inside the marinade that I then filtered out of the sauce. If I was to do this dish again, I would just filter the marinade, which would be faster and not waste any of the stock. My mushrooms look like they're pretty clean, but when I ate them, they had a little bit of grit. So if I was to make this dish again, I would have multiple bowls of water, dipping the mushrooms in fresh water until the water is clean. Rooster has a flavor in between chicken and turkey, and using chicken would be a great substitute for this dish, although Rooster is traditional. The flavors of burgundy wine, bacon, mushrooms, and onions work really good together, and the corn or polenta pairs well with all the ingredients. If you're serious about refining your culinary skills at home, apply for one-on-one coaching with me here. You can't make this dish without quality chicken stock. Watch how the French Laundry does it here next.